lone star. When you make a wish, ooh, just remember luck is no such thing. One man succeeds while another man fails. Why is it then you ask the stars up above?
Coming to you live from New York City, you're watching Astrology-Numerology now. New York City's longest running Astrology-Numerology show. I'm your host, you already know. This is Z Starman, professional astrologer, numerologist. Well, this is our first show of 2022. I want to say Happy New Year. In more ways than one, we have the numerical or Gregorian calendar New Year of 2022. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Lunar New Year, formerly known as Chinese New Year, and it's the year of the tiger. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Venus and Mercury going stationary direct after being retrograde since December and the end of January. So we're going to talk about that. There is so much to talk about on this episode or this edition of Astrology-Numerology now. I hope I get it all in. And here we go. So let's get started. As we speak, it is February 2nd, 2022. So we wrote it down numerically. It would be 2222. And we don't see that a lot. I think the last time we had sequence numbers was maybe about 10 years ago when it was 12, 12, 12. Right now, as we speak, as the show's being recorded, it is 2222. And in a couple of weeks, it'll be 22222. So it's interesting how numbers play out during this time of the year and how it plays out in our lifetime. Today's number of 2222, it adds up to the number 10, and 1 plus 0 is 1. So on this day, 2222, it's a time to start all new things and begin all new projects in your life right now. So we're at 2222. But I want to say, before we go any further, happy birthday to all the Aquarius people who are watching the show, because it is Aquarius season right now. And do you know any Aquarius? I do. I have a son who's an Aquarius. Zatrick, happy birthday. You know any Aquarius? They're special. They're innovators like Michael Jordan, February 17th, like Oprah Winfrey on January 29th, like Bob Marley on February 6th. Ellen DeGeneres, she's an innovator. Her birthday is January 26th. So many Aquarian people. And they are, of all the signs of the zodiac, they are gifted and talented and super special people. You know, any Aquarius people, you have to sort of kind of let them be themselves. You have to let them, as they say, do you, Mr. or Ms. Aquarius, because they're eccentric. Let me tell you something about Aquarius. Their ruling planet is the planet Uranus or Uranus. And Uranus and Uranus, out of all the other planets in the solar system, they orbit the solar system differently. Uranus orbits sort of kind of like on its side. So its North Pole and South Pole run from east to west or west to east. And our North and South Pole here on Earth runs basically straight up and down. But Uranus's North and South Pole run from east to west. And there is approximately 42 years, it takes Uranus 42 years to circle the zodiac. So on Uranus is 42 years of light and 42 years of darkness on the planet Uranus, and it has an eccentric orbit. That's what makes Aquarian people so eccentric and so different, and creators and innovators. Most people think that because they hear aqua, that is a water sign. Aquarius is a air sign, just like the other air signs, like Gemini and Libra. And if you happen to be a Gemini or Libra, or have Gemini, Libra, or moon sign or rising sign, this should be a very beneficial time of the year as we come out of this Venus retrograde that we've had for most of the year, and the Mercury retrograde goes stationary direct. So I want to say happy birthday to all the Aquarian people, all the sexy and intelligent Aquarius women. And if you know an Aquarius, again, just let them be themselves. That's the way they are. They're different, they're special. And I personally love Aquarius people. And again, I want to wish my son a happy birthday. He's an Aquarius person, and he's special in more ways than one, to say the least. If you're just now tuning in, you are watching Astrology-Numerology Now, New York City's longest running television show on astrology-numerology. We first started this show, my producer and I, Dietrich Kelsey, we started the show in 2008. So that was 14 years, what is that, 14 years ago? That is 14 years ago, actually 15 years or 15 seasons of astrology news and information. For you seasoned viewers, you know you were able to call into the show and get your astrology, numerology news and information as it was related to you live on the air. You can call into the show. But because of the pandemic, we're not able to do that. But you can still give me a call after the show to find out more about who and what you are from an astrology and numerology point of view. When it's said that you're an Aquarius or a Gemini or a Pisces or a Cancer or a Leo, that's only one part of you astrologically speaking. You have to take all the planets into consideration on the day, time, and city that you were born in, and this makes up the totality of your astrological profile. Understand who you are from an astrology point of view. And I'm going to put up my number right now. The number to call me after the show to talk astrology, talk numerology is 2022. So we've been on the air since 2008, 14, 15 years. And I've been amazed at how many people love and understand astrology and have made the connection to where they are in the universe as compared to present space and time. Know who you are from an astrology point of view. You can find me on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram as Z Starman. But if you'd like to call me, give me a call. My number is 347-473-2211. Again, call me to get or talk astrology, numerology information as it relates to you, 347-473-2211. Now, let's move on. One of the things that we got going on, we have the Lunar New Year. Now, Lunar New Year used to be called the Chinese New Year, but it's sort of kind of become more politically correct over the years, where all the Asian countries and cultures celebrate at the beginning of the Lunar New Year. And why is it called the Lunar New Year? It's because it's based on the movements of the moon. Just like Easter is. Easter is always the first Sunday after the first full moon of spring. Ramadan is a lunar culture or a lunar holiday. So is Hanukkah and Rosh Hashanah. Everything is based on how the moon moves. But for 2021, we are in the year of the tiger, the water tiger. And when you're your lunar new year and aging culture comes around, it's very beneficial. And these are for people, most people who are born in, let's say, February, late January of 2000 or of any given year. So let's say your lunar year, and again, this is the year of the tiger. And it used to be Chinese New Year, but it's the Asian lunar new year of the tiger. And this is beneficial for people born in other year of the tiger years, like 1926, 1938, 1950, 1962. It comes around once every 12 years. 1974. You're born in 1974, you'll be 48. That's 12 times 4, it's 48. 1986, 1998, and 2010. It's a beneficial year. Hear me now, believe me later, for most people born in those years, because those are the year of the tiger. And let me tell you something about the tiger. The tiger is very strong, very brave. It's not afraid of anything. And it's heralded in Asian cultures more than the lion is in Africa. Tigers are very powerful animals, and they're not afraid about anything. They exude bravery, they exude strength, and of course, they're fearless. And we're going to have to all be fearless to fight this year earthlings in general throughout the planet, to fight the year of or this coronavirus. So this is the year of the tiger. So happy Lunar New Year to everyone who's watching out there. From a numerology point of view, this is a number 6 year. 2022 equals the number 6. And if we add up 2022, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2 equals number 6. The number 6 is about health, healing, responsibility, service, giving back to others. And this is what we all have to do collectively as earthlings to help heal this planet of the coronavirus, of the hate, of the violence, of the racism against Asian people, all kinds of people from all over the planet, against women, against children. We have to stop the madness. And no better year for all of that is during the 6th universal year. We add up 2022, it adds up to the number 6. 2 plus 0 is 2, plus 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6. And the number 6 year favors people born on the 14th, or excuse me, on the plain 6, the 15th, because 1 plus 5 equals 6, and 6, and the 24th. 2 plus 4 is 6. But again, every number has a vibration to it. And the vibration of the number 6 is about healing, is about taking on responsibility, is about savoring home and family, self-sacrificing, and not to be selfish, but to live, to help and work with other people. The planet needs a lot of healing. Excuse me, I just need to take a sip for a second. But in numerology, and if you're just tuning in, you're watching Zaki, Z-Starman, professional astrologer and numerologist, now doing astrology for 15 years on Manhattan Neighborhood Network. I think we're a couple of years away from breaking the Guinness Book of Records for the longest running astrology TV show ever. Hopefully we'll get there in a couple of years, about 2 or 3 years. But it's a lot going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from an astrology, numerology point of view. And we have to help heal the planet. The planet needs a lot of healing. And the number 6 is the planet of health and wellness. But in numerology, we have something that's called the personal year. And your personal year is gotten by adding your month and day of birth to the number 6. So for instance, if your birthday is January 1st, so 1 + 1 is 2, and we add 6 to 2, that's the number 8. So you are in a number 8 year. Know what year you are, or your personal year from a numerology point of view. You can call me after the show and I will tell you. Now, let's see what else we got going on. Oh yeah, some of the big events that we've got going on for 2022 is that we've had 2 planets turn direct. One is the planet Venus, the other planet is Mercury. It's very rare that we get Mercury and Venus both retrograde at the same time. It's very rare. And Mercury was retrograde from January 14th to February 3rd, just recently. And Venus was in retrograde from December 19th to January 29th. And it's sort of kind of thrown the planet for a loop. So many people have so many issues with health, money, finances, relationship, and all that has been out of order, especially Capricorn people, because Venus was retrograde in the sign of Capricorn. And also we have Mercury that has been retrograde also. So imagine the Earth is the 3rd planet from the sun, and Venus and Mercury are 2 planets ahead of Earth. So it's a lot of energy, a lot of exhaustion, a lot of people feeling tired. Now with Mercury, Venus going direct, we can begin to make things happen. Again, Venus turned stationary direct on January 29th at 5:36 a.m. Eastern time. But we have to wait until Venus comes out of the shadow of its retrograde on March 1st, 2022, for Venus to get back to full strength. The same goes with the planet Mercury. Mercury has been retrograde in the sign of Capricorn and Aquarius. So our Capricorn friends and family, our Aquarius friends and family, over the last couple of weeks, and again, Venus was retrograde from December 19th before Christmas until January 29th. And then we have the Mercury retrograde, and Mercury's getting ready to turn direct, stationary direct, as we say in astrology, on February 3rd. In the sign of Capricorn. And it's going to be going back into the sign of Aquarius. So, let me just add this also, Mercury has to come out of the shadow of its retrograde, or retrace and retract the steps that it took during its retrograde so it can get back to full strength. And this won't happen until February 24th. So we sort of kind of got a lot of healing to do in this 6th universal year of healing, of health and wellness. We just had 2 retrograde planets to sort of kind of like, for lack of better words, being struck by lightning twice. Because everybody who watches the show knows that Mercury retrogrades aren't any fun. And especially if we've been a Capricorn or a Libra during this period, this retrograde has affected Capricorn people, Libra people, Aries people, and Cancer people. And the same with the Venus retrograde. It's affected a lot of people from an astrology, numerology point of view, as Venus has been retrograde since December 19th. It just went stationary direct on January 29th, but still we have to wait for Venus to return to full strength on March 1st, 2022. So Venus will be returning to full strength on March 1st, 2022. Remember these dates, write these dates down. Now, because Venus is going direct and Mercury is going direct, don't say, oh, Z Starman said, I can do this, that, and the other. No, you still have to heal. Imagine being sick and you feel that cold or fever breaking and starting to turn around. The same thing with Venus and Mercury, both being retrograde. It has to turn around. It has to get better. That's why it's called stationary direct during this period that we're dealing with now. And just everybody, no matter who you are, just sort of kind of take it slow. Take it slow, take it one day at a time. Focus on healing, responsibility, and wellness. With Mercury rule people, that's Gemini and Virgo, you've been through a lot since January 14th. And look where we are. We're on February 2nd, 2022, and look at all the stuff that's happening. We got a pending crisis in Ukraine, United States, and Russia. And I hope it doesn't come to that. I really hope it doesn't come to that. But before it comes to that, if it comes to that, let's understand who we are and who you are from an astrology and numerology point of view. Once again, Venus is turned direct, but it won't be back to full strength until March 1st. Mercury has been retrograde since January 14th. It turns stationary direct in the latter part of Capricorn, and it'll be going back into the sign of Aquarius, and it won't come out of the shadow of its retrograde until March or February 24th. This is Z Starman, professional astrologer and numerologist. I know a lot of you don't understand what I'm talking about with Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde. And there are a lot of people who do understand what I mean by a retrograde. Excuse me for 1 second. Because I've been on the air since 2008, talking astrology, talking numerology. Before there was Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, TikTok, there was Z Starman bringing you the latest astrology, numerology, news, and information. And again, if you want to get your astrology reading, if you want your astrology chart done, in this year of the tiger, again, the year of the tiger favors people born in 1926, 1938, 1950, 1974, 1986, and the year 2010, because your animal year comes around once every 12 years. Know who you are in 2022 from an astrology, numerology point of view. Raise your hand if you know what your sun, moon, and rising sign is, or what your big three is, as we say in astrology. Just know what your sun, moon, and rising sign is, and we can start from there. And then we can see how all the other planets are related to you. Don't be afraid of astrology, numerology. Don't be afraid of what your pastor has told you about astrology and numerology. One of my biggest clients is the pastor of a church, and they use astrology and numerology. Why not you? Understand who you are from an astrology and numerology point of view. Now, we got a couple of minutes left in the show. Some more astrological highlights. This should help a lot of the Capricorn people out there. Mars, the planet of strength, action, and energy, is in the sign of Capricorn now. It's been there since January 24th, 2022, and it's going to last, or it's going to stay in the Capricorn until March the 6th, 2022. And this should help out a lot of Capricorn people. Why? Is because Mars in astrology language is exalted, or it works best in the sign of Capricorn. But Mars in Capricorn, and for my Capricorn people, Capricorn rising, Moon in Capricorn, pay attention to events and circumstances that are happening in your family and in your career. Pay attention to those things. It'll help in one way. It's going to be some trouble down the line with a lot of Cancer people, without a lot of Libra people, Aries people. This should help out Earth sign people like Virgo and Taurus, with Mars being in the sign of Capricorn. And lastly, we have the full moon. We have the full moon in the sign of Leo on February 18th, 2022 at 11:56 a.m. This is a very powerful day of the year to generate energy, to generate on this full moon. Once again, February 18th is going to be a full moon in the sign of Leo. This should really set it off for a lot of Leo people. It's going to be challenging for Scorpio, Taurus, and some Aquarius people, because it's a full moon in the sign of Leo. Closing out February, on the 18th, we have a full moon in the sign of Leo, and then we begin Pisces season on February 18th at 11:42 a.m. That's about all the time that we have for Astrology-Numerology now. I want to thank my producer, director, Dietrich Kelsey, for making all this happen for the last 14, 15 years. And I want to thank my viewers for watching for the last 14, 15 years on Manhattan Neighborhood Network. This has been Z Starman, professional astrologer, numerologist, wishing everyone out there peace, love, and light. Namaste.